Also considered as a tooth-colored restoration. Hindi siya masyado napapansin kasi puro composite kayo eh. So basically, the powder of glass ionomer is composed of aluminosilicate glass. When you say aluminosilicate glass, it means yung term na silicate cement. Are you familiar with silicate cement? Hindi, syempre, dahil panahon ko yan. Silicate cement long time ago, ito yung ginagamit ko. Kasi ito lang ang namumukod tanging tooth-colored restoration. Ang mga pangalan niya yung Chatita, yun ang pangalan ata niya niya. So it is the indicated material for anterior. But the problem with that, very poor ang compressive and tensile strength. Pero ang color, okay, maputi. But hindi siya effective. That's why they incorporate that and make a glass ionomer, kaya siya aluminosilicate glass with fluoride. And yung sa mga multiple choice again, in your Revalida, if you can see, more on fluoride release, more on fluoride, isipin mo lagi glass ionomer niya. Kasi that is the only material na first nag-release ng fluoride. Although ngayon, nag-claim ang composite na fluoride release, other brands. Or even, sa mga gumagawa sila ng bonding agent with fluoride release. Other brands, but not lahat. Okay? Now, for the liquid portions composed of polyacrylic acid. Well, the polyacrylic acid is rooted yan from, if you're familiar with polycarboxylate cement? Yes? No. Okay. Kasi medyo lumang cement dito. Ito yung pinakadating gold standard din namin ng panahon namin if you want to loot our jacket crown. No? Pero kasi nga medyo maraming lumabas na mga na resin type kind of floating cement, resin modified glass ionomer cement, kaya na medyo nabuwag na siya. Nawala na siya sa market. Okay? So, ito na yung secondary component. But the primary component is the polyacrylic acid. So now we have the properties of glass ionomer. Ano ba siya? Long-term adhesion to tooth structure. Ang dikit niya masyado sa tooth structure. I'll tell you later why, no? Minimal shrinkage because it's not made out of resin. Low thermal expansion, kahit kumain ka na maraming ice cream, yellow, low thermal expansion, wala kang mararamdaman. And of course, definitely the fluoride release. No? Paano nag-fluoride release? Tinanong kayo sa last section eh. Paano nagkakaroon ng fluoride release? How do you know what happened during fluoride release? For example, sa glass ionomer o sa composite, paano nagkakaroon ng fluoride release? During function or abrasion. Paano kung na-abrade dyan, nagre-release ang fluoride? Bumubuga-buga. No? Pero hindi naman kita bumubuga. Sa loob siya. Okay? Okay. So what are the types of glass ionomer? Ito lang naman nakikita ko na types of glass ionomer dito sa Pilipinas. Ang type 1 and type 2. May nakita ba kayong iba? Wala. Type 1 for looting cement of what? Jacket crowns, bridge, or appliance, etc. Type 2, this one we're using. If you need aesthetic consideration, like what classification? Class? Hindi naman ginagamit ang glass ionomer sa class 3. Ha? Class 1, anak? Class 2? Class 5. Naman, no? Lahat ng classification. Diba? Sa class 5, diba? Kaso still ang pangit nga ng shade. Diba? Kasi puti ng dahil wala tayong shade available, pero sa ibang bansa meron. Tayo lang wala. Dahil poor country tayo. Kaya nga, ang shade, ang type 2, we use that for filling at the same time for base. How cheap to the max. Diba? Yun ang pinapag-sandwich technique natin for tyrosine hydroxide, right? Type 2, if there's no aesthetic consideration. Pero, eto, wala pa ako nakikita dito sa Pilipinas, no? Type 2, yes. Type 2, wala rin. Lalo ng type 3 for bases. Ang iba nga, parang naghihingalo na ako, pangalawang klase ko na kayo. No? Type 3 for bases and liners. No? Gets nyo? Binuga ko sa inyo. No? So we have the classification. Anhydrous. Meaning, ano anhydrous? no liquid. So, isang bote lang to na mabibili mo. Magtataka ka, hindi ka nakalimot. Isa lang talaga to. Because you will dilute it using your distilled water. Okay? Anong problema dyan? Hindi naman to problema. Mahaba ang shelf life. O, sa kahaba ang gusto mo nang itapon eh. Di ba? Bakit? Less viscous. Sobrang labnaw. Pag sobrang labnaw, lagay ka na lang additional powder. Can higher powder-liquid ratio. So ano mangyari pag dinami mo maraming powder? Dadami ngayon ng acidity. Kasi dagdag lagay, dagdag bawas, di ba? Halo, ganyan. And the setting very, very, very low. Kaya minsan ginamit ko to, hindi ko na ginamit pagpakailanman. No? Kasi ang haba nga niya. Now, ito yung maganda. Hydrous. The term hydrous means with liquid. So, dalawang bote yun ang ginagamit yun. May powder, may liquid. So, okay na ito. Polyacrylic acid, the liquid portion, highly viscous, malapot-lapot na siya. Di ba pag ano pala ng polyacrylic acid, ito yung lapot. Kaya, one ganun lang ng powder. Hindi na yung powder. Diba? That's why it's less acidic. But the problem with this, it reduces shelf life. So, anong remedy natin dyan? Di huwag nyo ilagay sa maiinit na storage. Sa normal and cool environment. And then, itong semi-hydrous, both polyacrylic, nasa liquid and powder. Viscosity in between, acidity to low molecular shelf life between hydrous and anhydrous. Advantages, yan the advantages natin. Number 1, tandaan niyo yan na fluoride release and a number 1 advantage yan. Then second, greater adhesion to enamel. Always remember, if you will do your glass ionomer, you need to etch. And you only etch what? The enamel. Hindi ka nag-etch ng dentine. Kaya siya madikit sa enamel. No? And virtually insoluble in water if you will compare these to other cements, such as zinc oxide eugenol cement. Mas panalo to. Disadvantages: does not adhere well to dentine, cementum, and unetched enamel. Subukan nyo maglagay kayo ng class 5 na walang glass, na walang etchan, hindi yan. Bukas, maya-maya na, wala na yan. Wala pa din sa kanto ng DSWD. Tanggal na yan. Di ba? Film thickness is excessively high. So what I do when I mix the cement spatula or plastic instrument, once na-mix na siya, I get my gauze with alcohol, wipe agad. Shh. Kung hindi, it is extremely difficult to remove. Kaganyanin mo talaga yan. No? Madikit kasi siya. Okay, another form of tooth-colored restoration is a composite resin. Yan, tooth-colored pa rin yan. And always remember, di ba, pag meron kayong methacrylate, we are referring to resin. Kahit ang luting cement mo, merong resin, or may methacrylate, it means resin siya. That's why you need to etch, wash, and bond. Natandaan yun, ha? Kahit luting cement, pwede kayo gumawa ng ganyan. Now, bis-GMA, bisphenol, glycidyl, methacrylate acid. So, bisphenol itself, it is the toxic content of your composite. Siya yung toxic. Kumbaga sa amalgama, siya yung mercury. No? Pero bakit ini-incorporate natin ang inayupak na yan? It's because without the bisphenol, you cannot contain all the components such as fillers, ano pa? Quartz, ano pa? Zirconium, kung ano-ano mo nilagay mong sangkap dyan. No? So, siya yung taga-bind. Now, you only see toxicity of this bisphenol in unreacted composite. It means, sa mga unreacted, hindi masyado na cure, dun lalabas si toxic. So, i-cure mo na maganda. Diba? Mag-layering technique ka para ma-less exposure to bisphenol. Para yung toxicity, hindi siya lumabas. Gets the class? Okay. So, the primary component is the filler. Ano ba yung filler na yan? Ang filler is responsible for strength and reduced solubility of water absorption of the composite resin. Kaya hindi siya na tutunaw. Kaya higher filler content, a lot better because it's very strong. Like the types of composite resin. No? Nung panahon ko, I used this conventional type of composite. Kaya lang, ang problema nung panahon ko, self-cure type kami. Ang pangit, no? Pag self-cure type. So, meron kaming base, sa kabila merong catalyst. The catalyst is responsible for the initiation of polymerization. So if I put a lot of catalyst, it does not influence the strength of the composite. It only initiates fast polymerization. Gets your class? So walang pakialam si catalyst. No? Walang pakialam si catalyst sa strength. Siya lang ang taga-initiate ng polymerization. Kaya nga, ang nangyari, ang lalaki ng fillers, malakas, matibay, pero ang lalaki din ng kanyang size, ganyang kalalaki. So what will be the implication? Less polishable. Kaya nung panahon namin, ang pangit aesthetically. That's why it is never used for, talagang dating dinagwagi yun sa mga class 4. Pangit. Dahil nga, yung class 4, gina-jacket na lang nila ng panahon na yun. Dahil hindi kagandahan talaga yung composite. So, from that point, they come up to microfill. Ano naman ang microfill? Yun, ang baba ng filler content. So, ayan yung panahon ko na nagpa-practice na ako, mga 80s yan Pero sobrang abraded. Kaya hindi siya nagwagi sa posterior. No? Hindi siya nagwagi sa posterior. Hindi kagaya nyo. Lahat. Anterior, posterior, kaya nyo. Ganda ng mga innovation. Pero, ang sizes niya, ang liliit, ganyan kalilingit. Kaganda, kakintab. Pero, pudpud. Kaya, dito na dumating si hybrid. Doon dumating si hybrid, inangat ang filler content at microfill or microfillers na. Meron na rin naging combination, nano-hybrid, nano-microfill, or a combination of all the microfill, hybrid, and nanofillers. Kaya, nung time nyo ngayon, you can use that for all anterior restoration. Ang ganda-ganda na niya. Okay? Okay. So, ano yung polymerization method natin? Well, you can use self-cure composite or auto-polymerize, and you can use your light-activated or light cure. Actually, ngayon, may isang produkto rito na gumagawa ng auto-polymerize or self-cure type. Well, their main reason when I questioned them, di ba parang umurong ata tayo? Eh, nasabi ko. But their main reason here is they wanted to prevent gaps and the bonding. Kasi nga, pag gagamit ka ng bonding agent, yung C factor na tinatawag, bonded over unbonded surfaces may lead to what? The bonding of the restoration. So, yun ang ginawa nila. So, depende na rin yan sa inyo kung anong gusto nyo. Pero, tayo sa school, light-activated pa rin tayo. So, all composite resins, they have also properties. A number of properties of composite is porosity. Ano yung porosity? Voids, air, space, bubbles. Paano mo mapaprevent yan? Eh, di gumamit ka ng cellulite strip or mylar strip. Paano? Pag class 3, lagay ko cellulite strip, then gently pinch para lumubog and definitely ma-move out natin yung space or air or bubbles. Second, use syringe type. Huwag ka na mag-self-cure type. Gamitin mo light cure. light activated na composite. And third, use press and fold technique. Paano yung press and fold technique? Ganyan, no? Ilalagay mo sa spatula. Press and fold, press and fold, press and fold, at saka mapapasok. Para sure ka, there is no bubbles trapped on that composite. Okay? Lumolo battery na ako. So what are the consequences of thermal expansion? Ito yung problema natin, di ba? Pag nagkaroon ka ng micro-leakage, patay ka na. Makikita mo, pag tinitigaw yung composite ng gano'n, ako may marginal breakdown. Sabihin nun dati, buo siya. Ngayon, medyo parang pagganyan ng konti na. Tapos pag kumain yung pasyente, naku, nangingilo, patay ka na talaga. So yung buo na ito, nagkaroon ng dimensional changes, tapos sa periphery, nagkaroon ka ng discoloration. And that is recurrent caries already. No? So, ano ang kulay ng composite sa radiograph? It is particularly radiopaque. Pero layman's term, it is dull white. Ang bright white is your amalgam. Any metallic feeling or metallic material is white, bright white. Now, let's go to the properties. Less soluble ang composite as compared to glass ionomer and cement. It promotes both stability on the shade, yung color stability niya, medyo mas okay siya. Capacity to resist masticatory stress because we already placed our composite saan? Sa posterior. And thermal conductivity is very low. Even though you eat lots of cold beverage or ice cream, whatever, hindi siya masyadong mangilog. No? Hindi mangilog. Disadvantage, syempre, number one, shrinkage. And abrasion pa rin if you will compare this to amalgam. Amalgam, ngayon, ako may amalgam pa rin. Malapit-lapit na tayo kunin ni Lord. Nakaamalgam ka pa rin. Sino sa'yo nakaamalgam dito? Wala. Mga babies. Advantages, aesthetically acceptable. Now, indications. Anterior, 3, 4, 5, all aesthetic cases such as diastema closure, when you say chip teeth, class 4, label veneer, peg-shaped laterals. Okay, lahat yan. Contraindicated, proximo-occlusal. Ano yung proximo-occlusal restoration? Class 2, pero ngayon pwede na rin. Nagaganda na ng mga composite nyo. Pero the least factor, for example, kung ano yung pinaka, enumeration, class 3, class 4, class 4, tapos class 2, 2, 3, 4. So, indication of composite, syempre, except, unahin mo syempre ang class 2. Kumbaga, choose the best answer, hindi choose the right answer lagi sa exam sa inyo. Ha? Quick tip yun, ha? Now, shelf life,
yung base ko mali.
can prolong as long as you will not expose it to UV light, sunlight, or your halogen light. Okay? Okay. Ano pa? Pwede mo anak, baka mahanap. Question? Agad, ha? Okay, okay talaga kayo. So, wala kayong question. So, from the very beginning up to this point will be your midterm examination. So, next meeting, I'll still meet you for a quiz dito, ha? Quiz natin ng instruments, first quiz, kaya dalawang 1/4 sheet of paper kayo. And the other one will be your glass ionomer and composite resin. Naintindihan? Okay. Kaya nyo bang pumunta ng earlier? Sino sa inyo irregular dito? Baka? Regular. Ikaw, Doreen. Ganito, kasi matatapos lang ako. Ano ba,